Hey guys, welcome back. For this video, we're just going to go over a couple of the techniques that we went over in the first video where we edited this photo together. So here we got rid of distractions from the background and we desaturated the green grass. I want to show you a little trick that I didn't know about for a very long time, but let's say I had a whole bunch of photos from this session, which I typically would, I just don't have them on here right now. If I were happy with this edit, I would go over here underneath where my presets are and click copy. And then here you can just select all the features you want to copy. I'm not going to select spot removal because that won't make sense for whatever photo I go to next. I won't select crop and I won't do any adjustments, but everything else, that's all your tone curve, your colors, your clarity, all of that, I would want to copy that. So I'd go to my next photo. And this one here was shot, they were shot like months apart. So typically there would be different lighting and so much would be different that you couldn't really just copy and paste. But in this case, it is very similar. So I can paste and just see what happens. Okay, that actually looks really good. I would say it's a little overexposed, so I'll bring it down a bit, but the grass looks good. The skin tones look pretty good. I can warm it a bit. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. So let's check out before and after. Okay, so now we're going to utilize this spot removal tool for a couple things I'm noticing right now. So just like before, you press Q on the keyboard. This is super tiny, so we're going to bring that up a bit. And we're going to get rid of this horse poop right here. Draw over it. And it's just going to copy another part of the image. Or we could click heal. The only difference is heal is more content aware, and sometimes it'll take the texture of another part of a photo and kind of blend whatever colors are in it. It's weird, and there are certain times where it'll just make more sense, but for now in this situation, clone works just fine. You really can't tell much of a difference. Okay, so we'll clone that, press Q. That looks good. There's a little dark spot over here we could get rid of if we wanted to. And then there's a little stick over here. I can shrink my brush and we'll go over the stick. And I'm going to drag it down to a spot where they're kind of in the same focus. Press Q. That looks pretty good. Now over here we have a telephone pole or something. So we'll just draw over it. This might be a good time to choose heal instead of clone. So I'm going to click heal and see how it looks. That actually looks pretty good, but then notice how it's copied some of this branch here. So I will just do a separate selection for that little branch and take a more blank part of the sky to cover it up. Okay, that doesn't look bad. I want to go over this spot right here. That looks good. And then you can see some super faint wires that we can also go over. It's just kind of click little small sections at a time. If it's too big, then the part that you're trying to copy would probably be touching things like more branches and trees and grass that you wouldn't want. So it's just better to go a little smaller. I'm just trying to get rid of the wires at this point. Okay, press Q and see how it looks. That actually looks pretty good. I would want to crop a bit of it out though, anyway. Okay, about right there looks good. So let's do before and after. We notice the little stick is gone, the poop is gone, and then the telephone pole is gone, and the bright green grass is gone. But the image still looks really natural. And that's all I would do for this image. So let's copy those colors just like we did for the first one. We'll go to the next image and we'll paste. I would brighten it up a bit. We could erase this big pile of sticks. I'll just show you real quick. I would want to do it in small strips at a time, and I would want to use clone instead of heal. So that I want to take the plain grass below it for this. And then I will do another little strip. And like I said before, the reason we're doing little strips is because you don't want to select something that's bigger than the area that you could copy from. Oops. Okay, just one last little batch here. Okay, that actually looks okay. I could go back through and fix this fence if I really wanted to. So I'm gonna get rid of the part where the stick is going over it in favor of a more plain spot, just to clean it up. And I'm gonna use heal this time because clone isn't working well. Okay, that doesn't look bad at all. I'm gonna press the backslash and we'll do a before and after. So her skin is way warmer, shadows are warmer, the grass is desaturated and that pile of sticks is gone, and then the fence is repaired behind it. Okay, that one looks good. This is from a wedding I shot recently, and this was on a 35mm, whereas everything else we've seen so far was on the 70-200. So this is on a 35. Paste. My grass is desaturated. It was shot in the fall anyway, so they don't need bright green grass. And then I would just need to bump up my exposure. And honestly, that picture is pretty good to go. Here's another taken just a second later. Bring my exposure up. Shadows up a bit. Before and after, and that looks good. So that's all for now. Once again, desaturate the bright green grass. I know I'm doing it a little more extreme than you would for yearbook, but it does help bring more attention to the subjects. And then I also showed you how to use Q to spot remove through clone or heal. Whichever one you're using, just bounce back and forth and see which one looks better. All right, thank you.